Hey guys, welcome to part 2 of the best views in Rotherhithe and Surrey Quays. In part 1 we went from Rotherhithe along the Thames Path and got here for a beautiful day to night time lapse, as well as visited Stave Hill. In part 2 we're now going to continue from this spot all the way to the Surrey docks, and it's a beautiful walk with a fantastic skyline view of Canary Wharf all along the Thames Path. The path diverts us from walking by the river to a little bit down here by the road as we walk around the Double Tree Hilton hotel. There's a ferry that can take you from this side of the river just to the other side to Canary Wharf. I've never actually done it, and it is something I do want to do one day. When I do that, I will take you there with me. And this is Old Nelson's Dock, which looks phenomenally beautiful, especially when these fountains aren't on, because the dock offers a perfect, beautiful reflection of the 3 new towers at Canary Wharf, like the shot I took at night. We're back on the Thames Path, and the opening view from the end of this wharf is phenomenal. This is why I actually chose this view to shoot another day to night time lapse. I set up just in here because this view was amazing to reflect all the clouds and all the sunset that's happening behind, because this is a view towards the east.
And here's the final time lapse.
I'm really pleased how it turned out, so let's continue. This part of the path that you can see behind me, I always had this idea that I could make an epic hyperlapse with a proper tripod moving every 10 seconds or so of the Canary Wharf, because it's this really long straight part of the Thames Path that if you focus on the 3 new towers, that could actually get you some really nice changing perspective. But I'm not going to do that now. However, I'm going to do it just by walking in video mode on the gimbal. So let's try it out.
And here's that video just sped up with warp stabilizer on. Not great. And here's the same video processed in After Effects. So much better.
I think that came out pretty decent with a little bit of stabilization in post. Yeah, not bad. I will definitely have to come back here with a proper tripod and do a proper raw hyperlapse.
And a couple of weeks later I did exactly that, and look how cool this hyperlapse turned out, shooting it in raw 6K, being able to crop it on the 4K a little bit, so much better than shooting with a gimbal in video mode.
And now we are on Durand's Wharf, and literally every spot along this wharf is like a beautiful view of all the skyscrapers rising at Canary Wharf. Cracking view. I can't believe that I've not shot more time lapses here yet. Another reason why I should come back here, and actually with my Moco slider, is that there's loads of these old shipping artifacts and relics that are built in to the wharf, to the walk, as a sort of little statues. And they could offer some really cool opportunities to slide through or slide above on a Moco time lapse. I'm kind of hoping for a rainbow at some point, at least a photo of it will be cool. But yeah, we seem to be getting quite a lot of cloud, sunshine, which is typical for London. And we're at Surrey Docks Farm, and yeah, never been here. Wow, that's pretty cool. Definitely have to take my kids in here one day. Wow, this spot is also pretty cool, as you can get a glimpse of pretty much all the iconic skyscrapers of Canary Wharf. From Newfoundland to One Bank Street, Landmark Pinnacle, even One Canada Square is visible via the sort of triangular shape. All the new ones at the front, Novotel, Wardians, South Quay Plaza, I think it's called, as well as Wood Wharf's iconic 3-part skyscraper. And it's raining again. On this side of the Thames Path, there's not that many new developments, but behind me is Imperial Court, probably the one and only new development that happened within the last 10-15 years, and I think this been only opened about a year ago, as well as they now reopened the Thames Path that goes around it. So I've never been here since they reopened it, so let's check it out. Well, that was a dead end. You have to go around Imperial Court to get out somewhere there, it seems. I really like the view in here. It's pretty awesome. Now hail. Really? There's definitely some showers going just south of us, and continuing towards the Greenland dock, where instead of just continuing along the Thames Path, we're gonna walk around the dock and then reconvene back for the path. Quickly up to the middle of the bridge, well, just to see what the views is like. Let's do a kind of a loopy-loop. So we're gonna go on this next bridge, around and then around the whole dock. Wow, what a cool view this is. I've not been here for so long, I completely forgot how cool this area is. I guess I do keep repeating myself, but this area is just absolutely fantastic for walking, for running. I just really like it. And like this, we have reached almost the end of the Greenland dock. And it's at this end, if you go to that corner, I think the view towards Canary Wharf with the dock providing a beautiful reflection on a day that's not today because it's too windy, is a phenomenal shot. And again, one other spot that I definitely have to come back to make a time lapse at. It just hit me. This straight and that straight are amazing for a hyperlapse. So let's give it a try with the gimbal. And if it works out, we'll come back with a tripod one day.
And here's the hyperlapse shot with the 1x lens on my iPhone 11 Pro and processed in After Effects. And going back, I decided to go with the 2x lens, and the compression of the 56mm looks even better. So I kept the 2x and shot the hyperlapse going back towards the river.
How did that come out? Good? Okay? I don't know, because, you know, when I'm shooting it, I'm hoping it'll be all right and know that I will only get to edit it when I get back home. So hopefully that time lapse was all right. And it's raining again. Yeah, I better hide the gimbal. Jesus, did you try to steal my gimbal? What are you doing, mate? Did you see that? That pigeon was trying to steal my gimbal. See that perfect straight? I cannot help but not to think, hey, let's hyperlapse that with that view. Or not, if it's hail again. Let's hide instead. This is pretty strong hail. Let's get underneath somewhere.
And after about 5 minutes, the sun came out, so I quickly decided to shoot this hyperlapse. And this is just a warp stabilizer version. It's a bit wobbly, and here is the After Effects version corrected for position, rotation, and then warp stabilizer.
Seeing that cloud, this could mean this is our last bit of sunshine for the day. But what a view to finish on that hyperlapse. This is absolutely beautiful, especially soaking in that low sun. Wow, what a view. We're actually going to be back on this bridge in a moment, as we're going to do a full loop of the Greenland dock and then be back at the South dock. Stairs to nowhere, I'm in. There was a lamp in a way, didn't quite like that view. And we have now completed a full loop of the Greenland dock. View from this corner, again, amazing, like literally all these spots are totally worth a time-lapse.
So I've set up this 10 minutes time-lapse just to capture the nice white clouds moving behind the Canary Wharf skyline, and quickly realized that the weather is changing drastically.
Now would you look at this, the sun made it out of that cloud for golden hour, and this lit by golden hour now is looking absolutely mad. I'm loving this. And these clouds actually that are just crossing Canary Wharf will look stunning in this time lapse that I'm shooting now. 2470 at 24mm, 5.6, 8-stop ND in front, which gives me 1.6 second shutter on a 2-second interval, just to smooth over any of the birds flying, the river a little bit, and the clouds will also be slightly smooth. So a 2-second interval at 1.6 second shutter is like the one I recommend for cloud.
And as these rain clouds crossed Canary Wharf, I've noticed an even bigger patch coming on its way, so I decided to change it to the 14-30 lens to capture a wider 14mm angle of all the clouds crossing above Canary Wharf, and what a time-lapse this turned out to be. And as these clouds were behind Canary Wharf, then the sun decided to come out and lighting the whole skyline saturated orange like I've never seen before. The colors were so spectacular that going anywhere didn't seem like the right thing to do, so I decided to just continue the time lapses in this one spot.
Oh my god, it so quickly got so bloody cold, but what's happening this way is absolutely insane. The pink colors are just crazy, all the way from Greenwich through the Isle of Dogs, and I can see pink clouds even beyond Canary Wharf and towards Limehouse. All the pink, amazing colors, wow. So I've switched the time-lapse, took off the 8-stop ND and put just the 14-30 at 14mm shooting in P mode, so it will automatically transition from day to night. I decided to move the tripod all the way down. The lens wouldn't squeeze in through these rails. So what I've done actually is I've attached the lens to the body from outside of the rail and the body inside of this sort of fence rail. And this way, it will never fall off anywhere. Look at that, that's just mad. But it's, yeah, really cold. Like literally my hands are freezing and it got really quickly really cold.
Oh, was it worth the freezing fingers? Well, just look at it. Look at that pink sky and all the pink reflections happening across the skyline. Colors like I've not seen in ages in London.
I'm pretty sure that this is it for me doing the vlog today because I'm so freaking cold, and especially being by the river, the wind is just blistering. I'm gonna finish shooting this time lapse, transition from day to night, and I know I promised that we were supposed to go around the South Quay, and we will do that on another day, but today I just had to stop and finish the vlog here shooting this day to night transition, because with all these pinks going on around, it is absolutely mind-blowing.
Just look how the beautiful pastel pinks are transforming into blue hour, and then the whole composition transforms into nighttime. Thank you for watching, and as promised there will be a final part 3 where we will finish the walk at Convoy's Wharf, but also I will show you some unique views and time lapses from residential towers in Rotherhithe I shot over the years. So like, subscribe, comment, and here's the outro.